Recap, Renegade Immortal, Chapter 37, Chapter Dies. The wind whispered through the cliffs of Hengyue sect as the inner disciples gathered, their eyes flickering with anticipation beneath the dying sun. Apprentice Brother Zhang, standing with calm authority, turned his gaze toward Wang Zhuo, the chill in his expression as biting as autumn frost. Talent, he said slowly, truly governs the ease of breaking through. Some succeed after mere attempts, while others may toil for centuries or never pierce the veil of advancement in their lifetime. Wang Lin's brow furrowed, melancholy shadowing his youthful face, his voice cut through the murmurs, tinged with curiosity and quiet fear. Apprentice Brother Zhang, is each breakthrough so arduous? Does the passage from the second to third and the third to fourth layers bear such torment? Zhang Kuang's nod carried the weight of truth. Indeed, the higher the stage, the steeper the path. The climb from the third to fourth and later from the fifth to sixth tests even the strongest resolve. A ripple of interest spread among the disciples, curiosity sharpening into eager questions. A female voice rose, tentative yet persistent. Apprentice brother, why is the third to fourth layer so treacherous? I am currently within its grasp. Wang Lin recognized the speaker instantly. The girl Zhao, pursued by Wang Huo, her eyes bright with determination. Zhang Kuang's gaze softened in contemplation before he spoke, voice carrying both wisdom and caution. Very well. Today I shall reveal the two bottlenecks that haunt all beneath the sixth layer of qi condensation. The first, the leap from third to fourth, is subtle yet profound. Some will pass with ease, but others may linger their entire lives, never tasting success. Talent does not dictate this trial. Understanding does. One must grasp the essence of the road is merciless. He paused, letting the weight of his words sink. Immortals must sever mortal ties. Only through shedding attachments can one ascend this threshold. If you cling to desires, the third to fourth becomes insurmountable. The next hurdle, from the fifth to sixth layer, is of a different nature. Here, spiritual energy transforms the body itself, subtly reshaping essence over time. A reservoir of energy is required, and without it, many falter. Wang Lin absorbed every syllable, his mind a whirlpool of reflection. Around him, the other disciples' faces mirrored intrigue and concern as the day yielded to night, until finally the gathering dissolved like mist upon the wind. Alone, Wang Lin wandered the valley, following the gentle song of water. Soon, a serene lake emerged, its surface glimmering with faint spiritual energy. Kneeling, he drank, savoring its subtle vitality. Though far from the potency of true spiritual elixirs, the lake's waters offered enough to bolster his cultivation. Carefully, he filled gourd after gourd, each brimming with potential. Only then did he sense the presence behind him. His pupils contracted sharply. Apprentice Brother Zhang stood, silent and still, like a specter. Though Wang Lin's divine sense had scoured the area, Zhang had remained hidden, a quiet shadow observing all. Zhang Kuang's eyes sparkled with knowing. Brother Wang, the river flows with abundant energy. I see you've prepared well, many gourds in hand. Were you aware of their necessity beforehand? Wang Lin's expression remained calm, controlled. Master informed me of the river's aid in cultivation. Disciple prepared accordingly. A faint smile curved Zhang's lips. It is typical of Sun Daju's foresight. Return now and practice. To reach the first layer in 2 short years, your determination is commendable. When next we meet, may you stand at the second layer. Clasping his hands, Wang Lin departed, returning to his cave, soaked with sweat yet relieved. Had Zhang known he had already touched the third layer, suspicion would have flared, and the path forward would have grown perilous. He reminded himself silently, immortals are crueler than mortals, and the mysterious bead he possessed must remain hidden. Once the lever sealed the cave, Wang Lin seated himself, legs crossed, and resumed cultivation. The principle of severing mortal desires should have clarified his path, yet Hengyu sect's immortals, paradoxically, often deepened their attachments. The phrase remained enigmatic, yet Brother Zhang insisted it was the key to the elusive fourth layer. Realizing the impossibility of cutting ties with his family, Wang Lin accepted his limitation. Yet, unlike the lower layers, the third permitted growth even without breakthrough. He abandoned futile haste, focusing instead on nurturing spiritual energy. Time flowed like a river unbroken. A year passed, then 2. 4 years of secluded training stretched onward, only interrupted by brief excursions to replenish water for spiritual cultivation. In the dreamscape, these 4 years equated to 20 years, a span in which Wang Lin's qi condensation remained at the third layer, yet his spiritual reserves swelled immeasurably. On the final day, an arrogant summons shattered the quiet. Fellow disciples, the 4 years have ended. Come forth, the head prepares to send you back. Caves yawned open across the cliffside, spilling forth disciples with shining eyes. Wang Lin's divine sense swept over them. Each had reaped the fruits of their labor. Wang Zhuo neared the sixth layer, teetering on its cusp. Many others had advanced remarkably. Shu had reached the third layer, while Brother Zhang's mastery now touched the sixth. Yet under Wang Lin's scrutiny, he perceived the subtle difference in his own cultivation. Even as Zhao claimed the third layer for 2 years, Wang Lin discerned stagnation within her spiritual essence. A thought stirred in his mind. His third layer was unbounded, distinct from all others, harboring the potential for growth that surpassed the apparent limits of the sect. The cliff breeze carried the whispers of immortal aspirations, and Wang Lin, silent and resolute, prepared to tread the path that lay beyond mortal comprehension. Beneath the silent canopy of the back mountains, Wang Lin's mind wandered through the labyrinth of his own reflections. 4 long years had passed since he first entered the dream space, a realm where time and reality twisted like ink in water. There, he had encountered the mysterious glowing orbs, each radiating a subtle, almost imperceptible light that seeped into his very bones. Though he had examined them endlessly, their true purpose remained an enigma, a puzzle whispered to him by the universe itself. Yet, even in their mystery, he felt his strength bloom, nourished by the dream space's hidden energies. No longer did he veil his cultivation. The secluded mountains had been witness enough to his labor, and he carried the quiet confidence of one who had mastered the unseen. 20 years ago, within the ephemeral corridors of the dream space, he had already ascended to the third layer, a feat unknown to all, yet etched into his soul. 2 decades of relentless practice had honed his attraction technique to terrifying precision, a mastery unmatched by any disciple in the entire land of Zhao. His power was silent but potent, like a coiled serpent ready to strike. Without warning, a white radiance descended from the heavens, enveloping all in a warm, ethereal glow. Wang Lin's senses tingled with recognition, yet this light bore an uncanny difference. Within it flickered symbols of arcane origin, spiraling and twisting until they formed a vortex that swallowed the disciples whole. In a heartbeat, the valley dissolved behind them, replaced by the grandeur of the sect's main hall. The sect head, clad in the familiar blue gown, presided with the serenity of a master who had weathered countless storms. Elders sat alongside him, their gazes like blades, sweeping over each disciple with divine scrutiny. For years have passed, and I am heartened to witness your growth. The sect head's voice rang, steady yet brimming with pride. Those who have reached the 5th layer or higher remain. The rest, report your achievements to your masters. In 3 days, Xuandao Zong will arrive. Victory must be ours. As for changes in attire, all shall be arranged post-competition. The disciples below the 5th layer bowed and departed, leaving the hall steeped in silent anticipation. Wang Lin's eyes searched for Sun Dazhu but found him absent. The young cultivator navigated through the quiet corridors toward the herb garden, sensing the familiar aura of his master beyond the seal that once intimidated him. Now the seal seemed frail, its fearsome reputation crumbling before his divine sense. He whispered respectfully into the air, "Disciple Wang Lin is here to greet the master." Moments passed before recognition flickered in Sun Dazhu's eyes. Memories stirred. This disciple, once entrusted to rigorous training, had returned, and curiosity overcame caution. The garden gate creaked open, inviting Wang Lin into the sanctuary of herbs and sunlight. "Third layer? You have reached the 3rd layer?" Sun Dazhu's voice carried disbelief and admiration as he studied the disciple before him. Wang Lin bowed, his expression steady. "Disciple has labored these 4 years and has barely entered the 3rd layer, master." Recognition sharpened in Sun Dazhu's eyes. He recalled the initial decision to test Wang Lin's potential, to search the soul only when the disciple reached the 1st layer. Yet the years had passed, and he had abandoned that path. The risk of diminishing his own cultivation outweighed the desire to probe further. "Very well. Sun Daju declared, his voice filled with newfound respect. You are now my true disciple. Being my only one, you may reside here once more. In a few days, you shall accompany me to face Xuandaozong and broaden your horizons. Tell me, have you honed the attraction technique? Wang Lin's calm reply held no hint of exaggeration. Disciple has practiced, but mastery eludes him still. Sun Daju nodded knowingly, the faint smile of a seasoned cultivator touching his lips. That is natural. Basic techniques demand diligence. My own practice lasted a full year, perhaps the longest in the sect. With a deft gesture, a small, colorful sword whirled through the garden, returning to his hand like a loyal companion. After mastering the second layer of the attraction technique, one may begin the drive technique, which controls weapons like this flying sword. Though the fourth layer is ideal, you will wield a sword in the upcoming competition. This token will grant you access to the Sword Shrine. Choose wisely, for your appearance must honor the sect. Wang Lin hesitated, words caught in the web of surprise and contemplation. Seeing this, Sun Daju's gaze hardened with playful admonishment. Do not underestimate this task. The sect's honor rides on your presence. My own master earned great face by merely displaying a flying sword. You must match that dignity. A wry smile crept across Wang Lin's face. Disciple will appear formidable, master. You need not worry. Thus, the winds of destiny stirred once more. The back mountains whispered of past labors and future trials, and Wang Lin, now acknowledged as a true disciple, prepared to step into the arena of legends, where the clash of swords and the currents of inner energy would decide honor, pride, and the fate of all who dared to cultivate in the wuxia world.